This is the page of the first project that we built, so I can come back to it again from the dashboard, project management. I can see this is the first project. There's no design inside, no modes. I get into this, and here are the information of the projects. And as we mentioned, this is the drawing toolbar. After the creation of the project, this toolbar will be available, and it will be represented. So now I can press this drawing tab, and here is the drawing canvas to start the generation of the layout for this project. Okay, so now inside this drawing canvas, we have the shortcut to the profile and lookout, and also the information about the colony that we have. But inside here, the canvas, we have two toolbars. The left toolbar is for the drawing of the geometry, so like rectangle, polygon, and selection of the location of the first space, the pan, zoom in, and eraser, move and the eraser. And here is the setting. The setting, you can change the grid snap and the show grid. So if you don't want to see the grid, you can just hide it from here, like that I did. So, and this is the 000, the origin point of this canvas. And on the right side here, you can see this is the export and the submit. So I cannot submit anything because there's no geometry defined, no entrance defined, and nothing is prepared. So, and the export also, because there's no geometry generated to export it. And but the export of the dashboard is in the DXF format that you can open it in CAD softwares. And then we have the physical program tab and the solution tab. I cannot go to the solution tab because there's nothing generated. So Termite is working, is under process now. So at the beginning, in the dashboard, in the canvas, we work only with the physical program toolbar here. Inside the physical program, we can have all the information of the spaces that we inputted in our project. So it comes into the canvas with us, and we can modify it if we want to check the variation. So let's keep it as it is in the project, and for the second and the third one, we will modify them and see how it affects the variation. So, and of course, it's possible to import the relation from the other projects if you have. So now I just only have one project, so there's nothing else to bring the relation and the physical program from that project. And once I press delete spaces, everything will be deleted. So that's only for if you want to start from the blank here and import something new. So now I add a rectangle to start with. So, and here I can see for the first project, based on the inputs that I have, the area that is required is 106, like 106 square meter. So I can start with a rectangle. It's the size of 10 by 11. And now it asks me to define the start location for the polygon to draw. So here I select it, and then this is the polygon. So it has 110 square meter, and I need 106 square meter. If the area of the boundary that I draw is more than the area that is required, then I'm in a safe zone. But if the area is less than what is needed, like 100 square meter, 6 square meter less than what we need, and we proceed, we will have some errors. Once I submit the file, I will receive an error that the area is less than what we need. So it's always good to be considered that the area should be always equal or higher than what you apply. If you want to have a specific boundary and ask Termite to just fill it inside, you can have exactly the same area. But if you have a parcel or boundary that you don't specify any exact limitation for the Termite to fill it inside, and you want to give it a freedom, you can go for more than the area that you need, and then Termite explores it in a higher degree and explores more variation for you. Yeah, and that's the basic functionality of the Termite inside this colony bar base. This colony has a design explorer. The termite inside this colony is explorer engine, so it basically explores variation of possibilities to create a layout for you. And of course, it has some limitation in drawing. So if it wants to go for all of the variation, it goes into the infinity. So there are infinite possibilities to generate some layout, but there are some considerations that based on that it generates some layout for you based on the regular shape of the interior space management arrangement. But yeah, this is for this colony. The other termite types are coming soon and we will release them. Then you can have variation of different styles of design, different type of decision making that termites have in the generation. So, but let's get back to the termite that we have at the moment. So I defined the boundary, and here I have the 4 square meter higher than what we need, and identify the location of the entry, and I press it here. So this is my entry point, and button space is the start, the entrance is the start, and I submit the file, and it asks me for the name of this mold ferment. So the way that you call your termite inside the colony is with the pheromone. So from the pheromone, you submit your request to the termite inside your colony, so you can call them with the pheromone. And here you submit a mount pheromone. It means that you ask them to generate a mount for you, to generate a layout for you. So I submit it and I give it a name, alter1, and then I submit it. And the mount pheromone is successfully created. Then I go back to the project, and I can see now inside the first project I can see one request or pheromone is represented inside and is in the pending mode. In Termite we have several types of the status of the request, and you can see now my 15 counted down to 14. It means I used one of the design alternatives. So what is the pending mode? Once you have a colony and you submit a pheromone, there are some workers in between of your colony and you in your dashboard. And these workers are handing the request of the project into the colony for the termites inside to design something for you. And when it's in the pending mode, it means that the workers did not deliver your request to the colony yet. So the workers usually works every 1 minute or in a sequence of the time period to handle how many requests that you have into the colony. So I guess I guess we passed the period now, and if I reload the page, you can see now it's in the generating mode. It means that termites inside the colony received my request and now working on it. So it's in the generating mode. Once they generate the file, generate the layout for me, then it will turn into the generated mode. And once it's done, it means that the workers are handed and delivered the generated layouts from those termites to my project. So we have 4 types: pending, generating, generated, and done. Pending means workers are handing them to the termites inside the colony. Generating means that termites inside the colony are working on my project. And generated means that my termites are done. And done means that workers delivered my layouts from the colony to my project. So in order to update the status, we can always reload the page and get the final status of the request. Now, meanwhile, once it's generating one of the requests, I can go back to the drawing again, and then here I can start with another alternative. So here I want to shift the position of the entrance a little bit, just to show you how it affects. Because as I mentioned, it's based on the dynamic exploration now. These termite inside this colony is explorer termite. You can update the position of the entrance and see how it affects and in the variation that the termite can provide. Just not a huge shift, just a little bit from here to here, and then I submit the entrance. Then I go for the alter 2. now once again in my project. Now it's in created mode. Here's the pending. It means that it's waiting for the delivery to the colony. And meanwhile, my previous request is done, so let's get back to my project. I can open it now. So here we are. So this is the entrance, living room, toilet, and rooms, kitchens, and the lounge. So we have variation of the layouts here, and we can select from them. And this scatter chart here shows the same number of the plans and the layouts that I have here, and but with the two rate of the area and the relation. Of course, 1 is the best and 0 is the worst. And once, for example, here I can see the relation is good, the area is more or less good. And here's plan 93, and I can press plan 93. And the geometry maybe is not the one I'm looking for. I can shift around, can turn and just looking around. Now I can see that it's a good alternative. So I have entrance, living room, toilet, kitchen, and here's a lounge that I can access to my rooms, and here's the bathroom. So this is more or less how you can create one alternative. And once I'm happy with these, I can just press the favorite, and my favorite list is updated now, and I can just go to the favorites, and it's there. And if I go back to my project and come back to this alternative and go to the favorites directly, I can find my favorite plan without the need of further exploration. And here it is. This is the first variation that I get. Now let's wait for the other to be generated. Okay, now let me load the page. And okay, the second alternative is also done. We can see I just changed a little bit the position of the entrance, and now here is a change in the variation. So this is how you can explore the variation. You can just update a little bit of the inputs, and Termite explores the new variation for you, and you can see now all new alternatives you can have